There is a game that's driving me insane.
Atomic Pinball.
I have to play it again and again.
Atomic Pinball.
No matter what I score, I just have to play some more. It's the type of crazy fast one that tests my reflex action. Oh no!
Atomic Pinball.
Atomic Pinball, only from Tommy. Oh!
I've been given this pinball machine to see if I can fix it. It's got a few issues, I've been told. I used to have a pinball machine like this when I was young. Not this exact type, but something very similar. I remember getting it probably for Christmas or for a birthday. I'm sure it got used quite a lot in the first few days, and then probably put away and not used much after that. Very limited as to what you could do with them. No, obviously near as good as a proper pinball table, but it was novel. It tried to recreate that pinball experience at home. From what I remember, it had a very limited play field, couple of bumpers, a couple of things that went down, and a score on the top that you could compare and see if you were getting any better or not. Battery terminals were a little bit corroded, so I started off just by cleaning those, just using my grind pen just to grind down the corrosion on the terminals, and then I'll clean them off with a little bit of deoxit. You can just see there on the left, that one I just moved to, and just see the discoloration and the difference. So just cleaning it up a bit, making sure the battery contact is a bit better. Clean it with some deoxit and see if that improves things. As was pretty standard back in the day for anything substantial. This thing took 4 massive T-cell batteries. Just going to put those in now and give it a test. Hitting the power switch, nothing really happened. No signs of life, no noise, no nothing. Expected to hear some sort of cog spinning. Thought maybe. Sometimes these switches, they get sort of stuck or corroded when they've been sat in a certain position for a long time. So always worth giving the switch a good wiggle. But that didn't sort it out. Thought about trying the ball, launching it, seeing if that kicked anything into life, but nothing at all. This thing just stayed completely dead. Just the mechanical elements worked only. So time to get inside and have a look, see if we can work out why or what the power issue is. Is it a switch issue? Have we got a disconnected wire from the battery? Is it something else? Let's have a look. Always conscious when getting into old plastics that they're not going to be brittle and snap and break off posts. But this actually didn't seem to be in bad condition. I mean, the whole thing was in quite nice condition, really. Not yellowed. Plastics were good. The play field looked nice and clean. Wasn't too bad, a little bit fiddly getting the screws out, but not too bad overall. The other thing I was worried about as well is I didn't know if there were springs in this thing, and when I did open it up, if loads of pieces and cogs were going to ping all over the place, but thankfully that wasn't the case. The power switch was fairly accessible at the top, which was nice. But I decided to take the playfield off and have a look and make sure everything looked okay. No obvious signs of damage or other problems. So the plastic cover lifted off, and then the playfield itself, that could come off. Just needed to remove the flippers, and there was a small screw right in the middle of the playfield that needed to come off as well. The next step was just making sure that there was continuity between where the battery terminals were and the actual switch itself. So just had the multimeter on continuity mode for that, and just tracing the wires, working out where they went all the way to the switch, and that all seemed fine, didn't seem to be any problems there. So next step was to turn my attention to the switch itself. So I removed the switch, flipped it over, and I tested continuity on the back of it. And no matter which position the switch was in, I wasn't able to get a reading between the terminals at all. So it did look like there was a problem with the switch. And the plan was to try and now had the plastic top cover off and I could sort of get access a little bit better. The plan was to try and spray some deoxit in there, wiggle the switch a bit, and see if that made any change. Just flooding it with contact cleaner and then giving the switch a really good wiggle. See if that breaks up the oxidation and see if that makes a good contact now when I test it again. It was still no better, no matter how I tested it and what position I put the switch in. I still couldn't get a reading. Always try and do the least intrusive fix first. So trying to spray the deoxit in, didn't have to take anything apart. Unfortunately, as that didn't work, I now had to take the switch apart. There was a couple of metal legs that were bent over, so they just need to straighten it out, and that allowed the metal shield to be removed, and I could have a look inside the switch itself. This is inside the switch itself. It's got 6 pads. 4 of them were fairly good, and the 2 in the middle, one at the top had a little bit of corrosion on, and the one at the bottom was just pretty much completely corroded. There was no gold bits showing at all. So I tried at first with a little file and just rubbed gently to see if that would break it off. I tried scraping at it with the end of the file. I tried scraping it with the tweezers, but nothing that I did seemed to shift the corrosion enough. So I got the little grinding pen out and thought, the same one that I use for the battery terminals, and just had a go with that, and just pressing gently, and that seemed to start to work. I could start to see the gold contact material start to show through. So just working my way all the way around that bottom one, touching up the top one as well, and then once I've finished, just clean it again with some contact cleaner, and that started to look a lot better. it's always nice when you see something that is fairly obvious that, yeah, okay, there's definitely a problem there. So hopefully fairly confident that by cleaning that was going to solve my issue. I still wasn't getting the continuity that I was expecting. It might have been that it was because I hadn't actually pressed the metal shield all the way down and folded the legs over. But I decided to take it apart and just have a look at the other half of the switch as well, and to make sure that that was okay before closing it up and giving it a final test. So the top element of the switch, the thing that presses onto those contacts, they're like two metal legs, and on the end of them the metal sort of bent over, and as you move the switch, that's what makes contact between those pads. So I thought I'd just give those a little bit of a clean, and also just bend them up a bit because they were sort of sprung loaded. So just bend them up and just make sure there's a bit more tension there, so it would create a more definite contact with those pads. So that's what I'm going to do now, and then I'll put it back together and see if that's any better. So just using a screwdriver just to bend the legs up slightly, quite small. Just bend them up slightly and just put it under a bit more tension. That's as much as I could do, so I thought I'd put it all back together. Pinch the legs tight, so it was nice and tight, and those metal legs are now pressing down quite nicely on the contacts, and then give it another test. And this time I got the continuity that I expected, so that hadn't happened before, so this was again another good promising sign. So just finishing off closing up the other legs, and now I'll reassemble the switch. And put the top cover back on, and hopefully give it a test if it works. Batteries are back in. So the moment of truth. Let's flip the switch. Oh, that's much better. So immediately things whirring into life, lights flashing. This is looking good. So that's all looking good. Let's get the screws back in, put it back together, give it another final test. Yeah, much better. What a difference, just from a relatively simple fix in the end. It was just the power switch, corroded over time, not unusual. But just by opening up that switch, cleaning it, it's brought life back into this game. And it really was in really nice condition with the box as well. So I give it back to the guy that gave it me, and hopefully it's going to find a nice new home, possibly with someone that used to have one of these when they were younger, and maybe they can share their experiences with their kids as well. Thank you for watching.